Some men always seem to have women coming back to them no matter what. It's not luck, it's not magic, no be juju. There is one thing that women cannot resist, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you what it is exactly and how you can use it to your own advantage. Women are not as complicated as most people make them out to be. There is a certain type of man that a woman cannot let go of. And it's not about being rich, famous, or maybe the most attractive person in the room. If you have been trying to figure out why she left and you want her back, or maybe you don't even want her back, right? You just want to know why she left you, then this video is for you. There is one thing that makes a man highly irresistible, and in this video, I'm going to break it down to actionable steps you can take to master the act. Okay, let's get into it. The first thing is confidence without arrogance. Now, there's a thin line between being confident and being arrogant. Women are naturally drawn to men who are comfortable in their own skin, know their worth, and believe in themselves. But then arrogance is a deal breaker. The difference is that confidence is quiet and secure, while arrogance is loud and boastful. So be the man who doesn't need to seek approval or boast about his achievements. One way you can know a confident man is, for example, you go out on a date with a lady for the very first time. You don't go on and on talking about your achievement, the things you've acquired in the past, and the things you're still doing. You can't center the discussion round about yourself. It doesn't have to be all about you. Just leave room for a little bit of curiosity. Let her be able to ask you some questions, okay, and keep the conversations flowing. One other way you can know a confident man is that he doesn't always have to win an argument. Okay, he just states his own facts and what he believes quietly, and he doesn't need everybody to approve of what he has said or, go in line with him. A confident man believes in himself first. Before you ever get to approve of him, he already approves of himself. So he doesn't find the need or see the need to be the loudest in the room just to be heard, or just so you can know that he knows this thing or he has this information or not. And the truth of the matter is, if a woman is in a gathering and maybe just one confident man is there, she notices it and she knows the difference between an arrogant, boastful man and a man who is confident, comfortable in his own skin, and knows his worth. The second thing is emotional control. Women typically crave emotional stability in a partner. When you're able to regulate your emotions, you're sending this right signal that even when I'm under pressure, I can just hold it together and you don't have anything to worry about. Because like I always say, women are future oriented. We're always thinking about the future. Okay, if this guy is just fidgeting and throwing tantrums under this little pressure, what happens to when I decide to commit my life to him and then we go into the future together and then bigger things happen? She's always calculating all of these things in her mind and she's watching you. Your ability to hold it together, to regulate your emotions, says a lot about your personality and how she's going to interpret and perceive you as a person. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying as a man you shouldn't show emotions at all, but the key here is that you're able to regulate it. Just know when to walk away and when to stay back. Okay, let me give you a typical example. Maybe you're having a quarrel with your girlfriend or maybe your woman, okay, and then she's just high up there, she's flaring up, she's at the top of her voice, screaming down the house. You can't also be high up there screaming down the house. What do you think is going to happen? The situation will become disastrous, and at some point nobody can control each other. But if you have more emotional regulation and control, you just know that, okay, at this point I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. I'm going to walk away and then I'll come back. You can even literally tell her that I'm going to come back when you're more cool-headed. We can now have a discussion like matured adults. It takes a lot of maturity and emotional stability to be able to behave in that manner. Someone who doesn't have this level of emotional maturity might not be able to control a situation like that. And what happens? The situation gets out of hand, and that is when you find some people gathering in a particular place or maybe in a particular flat and asking what happened, why is there so much rancor, why is there so much shouting? Emotional stability is key for a man especially, and this is not to excuse women because it's also something that is primary in a woman. Like I was discussing with someone recently and I'm like, if you're looking for a woman who is matured, maturity manifests in so many areas, especially the way she handles her emotions, because life is something that sometimes gives you lemon. Sometimes it's just a variety of feelings, a lot of things are being thrown away. But a woman who just knows how to hold her peace is almost as if she's a gold mine, okay? Because your ability to hold it together says a lot. So it's not just a man thing, but in this case, we're talking about a man who is irresistible, right? Well, you can never be irresistible if you do not have emotional control. I haven't seen any man like that. It's not possible. Okay, so this is one key ingredient that would make you become irresistible to women. The third is purpose-driven lifestyle. Now, this is something that a lot of women, in fact, I can say most women are attracted to men who are purposeful, who are goal-driven, who have somewhere they are headed to, who have goals and ambitions in life, who have missions. You know how sometimes you find the lady you're attracted to and you just want to please her and let her know that you're so into her, and you say things like, oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm going to do without you. I mean, if you're not in my life is meaningless. You're the only thing that makes sense in my life. Now, that might be true for you, or maybe the way you see it, and you're just trying to profess so much love to this woman. But I tell you the truth, if you say something like this to a woman, she's going to become skeptical of you, because she doesn't want to be in the life of a man who just sees her as the only thing that is working in his life. Women want to see the bigger picture. She wants to see a future, that you have something that you're driving at, you have something that you're doing, and she is just a part of that journey. She wants to be a beautiful part of that journey, not the only thing there is in your life. Have you pictured a situation where you're chasing a lady, you know, you're just trying to get her attention, and eventually you're able to get her attention, but then now she's your girlfriend or something, and maybe you're even like deep neck into the relationship, but then you just realize that she begins to pull away, because every time you're with her, every single day you're with her, maybe you're students in school, and every time you're with her, you can't even spend 1 hour without being with her. Like, you can't even be alone. To most women, that is a red flag, and she's going to run away. A woman shouldn't be your purpose in life. You should have your goals and ambitions in life, and you should focus. Know when to say no. I need to focus on what I want to achieve. This is what I want to do at this time of the day. I'm not going to just shortchange it for anything. Please, this thing you want to do can wait, and we can do it later. You see, setting that kind of boundary is like, oh my goodness, it's so attractive. The woman will be looking at it and she'll be like, wow. Wow. So it means that if this man knows that, okay, he has to stand his ground and do the right thing, then he can lead us as a family. I can even rely on him, and I can trust him to call me back when I'm making a mistake. If you chase a woman, she's going to run away. But when you chase your goal, she will not be the one to chase you, because she is also attracted to your goal and your drive and your passion. Tell her the things that are necessary for her to know, but leave room for questions, leave room for intrigue. Let her be intrigued by you. Let her at every given time try to like unravel things about you. This is like maybe the bad boy effect I talked about in my other video. I have a video that says women like bad boys. Doesn't mean that women like criminals, but there are some attributes of these so-called bad boys that are very intriguing, and once the woman is intrigued by you, she's going to stay put, because she wants to unravel the secret behind all of your demeanor, all of your disposition, the macho-ness, you know, all of that. If you'd like to see that video, check the link in the description. Thing is, it's good to be open a little bit, but not too open. Imagine you go out on a date for the very first time and you're telling a woman your entire life history, something that took like 30 years to occur in your life, and you just downloaded it to her in 20 minutes, in 30 minutes. She'll be like, ooh, this one, they talk too much, oh, you know. So a little bit of mystery helps. Don't say too much, don't speak too much. Just know how to comport yourself and let her continue to be intrigued by you. That is a secret. It's not all the time you say yes. Sometimes it's okay to say no. Draw the line. It's not every time she says jump that you jump. And the fifth is genuine care and respect. At the end of the day, every woman wants to feel respected and valued. She wants to feel heard. Sometimes she's talking to you, it's not because she wants you to contribute or proffer solutions at that time. She just wants a listening ear, someone who will just listen to her and just allow her to unburden her heart and just be a shoulder she can cry on, depending on what the case is, okay? So even though a man is built to proffer solutions and to find ways to fix things, you are fixers. But then in the life of a woman, it's not all the time that you have to come in with all of your fixing tools and you're just trying to troubleshoot. No, just relax. Once she knows that you hear her, you listen to her, she interprets it as respect. Yes, once you listen to a woman, you show her that you genuinely care about her. And how does she know this? By remembering tiny details. Maybe I tell you something as simple as, oh, the shoe I bought the other day is not my size, it's too tight for me, or maybe it's too big for me. And this is something that you can consider to be very trivial. But if you're able to remember just those very small tiny details, and then one day you're like, babe, what about that shoe? What are you going to do about it? Have you been able to fix the situation? She will be like, oh wow, this guy, they listen, or he pays attention to me. I mean, he respects me as a person. He sees me actually. That is one way you can show a woman that you care and you respect her, okay? Because the way men interpret respect is different from the way women interpret respect. For a man, once you love him, a woman loves him, treats him well, talks to him well, he interprets that as respect, okay? But for a woman, when you care for her, genuinely show concern for her and for everything that concerns her, she also interprets that as love and respect. So this is one thing that can also make you highly irresistible. Here's the bottom line. Women always come back to a man who knows his what, knows his purpose, and controls his emotions. It's not about playing games or trying to manipulate her feelings. It's about you being your authentic self. When you embody all of these traits, she's going to see you as irreplaceable and will always come back.